Namaste. Welcome to Love Wins. Doing it a little differently today. I didn't feel like setting up my tripod. So I'm recording this just from my phone stand. Ashe, welcome. Welcome if you're new here. This is my safe space I created to discuss all things spiritual warfare. Mainly because spiritual warfare had become my reality. You know, I had stepped into the awareness that, like, it's all energy, right? It's all energy. And as that became my reality, I started speaking my truth to anybody and everybody, and realizing not anybody and everybody is like even wanting that to be their reality. Like, caused me to be like more and more and more and more attacked, persecuted by those that, you know, that you love. Sound familiar? Does it resonate? If this resonates, this is your story. My story is your story, as Jesus' story, as Buddha's story. It's all our story. It's the ascension story, the liberation, the path, the way. Although we are all on different places and we'll have different stories, the root of the story, it's all the story. You know, energy is felt as energy. Love feels like love. Pain feels like pain. Betrayal feels like betrayal. Energy is truth, and it is the truth we came here to speak. We are the prophecies, the rainbow warriors, the crystal children, the indigo souls. So this space I created to speak my truth, because as it's YouTube and this is all for entertainment purposes, take what resonates and leave the rest. If my truth does not fit your truth, you pick another channel, find another teacher, you know. But if this is your path, if this is your truth, welcome, because that's what we came here to do, to speak our truth and to align, like, and I came here to align. Peace is the path. So this painting, all of these paintings are my paintings, and I have in front of me, I have some notes, and just a thought that came to me in a state of meditation. Life's trying to kick my ass, and all I've ever done is people pleased. Okay, like, all I've done my whole life is just try to do the right thing for all the people that I love. If you are in my circle of I care about you, meaning you're my friend, you're my family, you're my partner, then all of my energy goes into, or has gone, because now as the alchemists, we're not people pleasing anymore. Let me turn these pipes down. Peace pipes. I put the peace healing spiritual elevation video on to speak into this energy of peace. That is my birthright. Like, peace is my energy. Anybody who's been in my energy. Now I'm a hot mess right now, guys. I haven't even brushed my hair. Anybody who's been in my energy always tells me, right before they fucking stab me in the back, you make me feel so calm. I love being around you. All of my worries seem to go away. Like, I transmute energy. Peace is my state. But then I get into these other people's energies, and then I'm defending my peace, and now I'm crazy. And now what's wrong with you? I'm just trying, like, I want my peace back. Stop stealing my peace. That's been my war, right? So I wrote, life's trying to kick my ass, and all I've ever done is people pleased instead of what I need to do for me. So that's the lesson. That's why I'm not at my beach house answering Bella's question. If you watched my last video, why are we not just living on the beach? because I have to call back all the energy I've given to all the people that I have spent all of my time and energy helping them solve their problems as they turn around and attack me for doing what I need to do for me, which is living in my own state of peace. So I've created that in this safe space. In this safe space that they've breadcrumbed me to put me into this box of this space. They literally like put me in the coffin and nailed the hammer and sealed it shut and then used this space against me. The same space they put me in. They want to use against me. As if I don't remember y'all put me here. But then I have to like take accountability for self because this is the work we're doing, right? So like on some level, I put myself here. And allowed those energies to steal my peace so I can remember how valuable my peace is. To get back to my peace, to create my peace, because in my state of peace, like, no weapon forged shall prosper. And I erased my whiteboard and took all my old messages off to start fresh. But it said on the whiteboard, be still and know that I am God. And that is the message that has came this whole time. Just be still, be still, be still. And I give it to God. I got this at the dollar store. And I'm not opening it. It's not for your eyes. But there are things that are in here. That He sees everything. The Creator. Your higher self. The genius soul. That's living out this and fragmenting you in this incarnation to have these experiences, to remember this truth, to set the soul free. Peace, right? So like each one of my paintings, there's a story behind them. I was painting Audrey when I was going through my Archangel Metatron energy healing, become an energy healer course. And the teacher, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. I've had many teachers, and some like I'll come to, and for that time, for that rabbit hole, they will be like my tunnel vision, right? And then as you evolve, you get other teachers. Like that's how this works. Like I may come to you now and you may watch me, you may bench watch me, and then it opens up something and sends you somewhere else and another teacher will come. This is that forever cycle, that mirror cycle. You see, I'm mirroring to you a part of self. You're mirroring to me a part of self. We are all mirroring to each other self, right? But peace has been my mission. I came here. Love wins. I get it. I know it. Okay, I answered the call. Spirit said, clean up your space, record your thoughts, tell the story. Love is my truth. I know love. I know love. I know divine love because I've gone into self and I feel love within self, right? And I'm here to seed that energy and that energy of peace. That is, all of us are worthy of that peace, okay? And I was painting Audrey, and the woman who was my teacher at the time was channeling Audrey. So for me, that painting was the manifestation of where my energy was going in that time. Above me, that's Basset, the Egyptian goddess, and she's walking on a beach with a lion. I was pregnant with Bella, and I've told this story on this channel before. I was pregnant with Bella and was contemplating having an abortion because, I was in a very, very dark phase of my life. I was under heavy spiritual attack, and I know now because my awakening was being threatened. They didn't want me to come into this because I knew too much. And I know too much now, and now I have the strength of the lion. But I had an appointment with Planned Parenthood to abort Bella. I didn't want to, but I didn't know. Like, I was so in between two dark worlds and no way out. And Bassett came to me in a dream. She came walking out of a pyramid to me. Okay, and then the pyramid turns into the beach. And she was walking to me in a dream, and I painted her the way she came to me. And the lion came to me. I don't remember how the lion came. Oh, as the energy of the divine masculine. And then I was going through the Lion's Gate portal and had that Lion's Gate energy materialized in the lion, and I interpreted it as divine feminine and divine masculine. Like, that's how I interpreted it. But and then this one behind me, my lady, I painted her here at this house one summer when my grandma was still alive. She's in the Merkaba, and she has a keyhole in her head, and she's holding her hands at her heart with a white butterfly, and all the butterflies are flying out. And it's a mala bracelet, 108 beads with a key, and the key is the head and the heart. Like, you go into the heart to free your mind. Like, that's her, but she is my higher self. So I'm saying this because, like, I have all of this artwork in this house. And some of the artwork, I've been frustrated and not moved forward with doing anything with it because I have this person who's just like hates me so much for existing, gets angry and walks around this house and stabs my artwork with a knife and then says they didn't do it. And we all know they did it. But I've been battling this for years and lost a lot of my really personal favorite pieces due to property damage, so I never followed through on making a gallery or creating a collection, right? But like, I could patch them digitally, you know, like you would take the Japanese theory where they break a valuable vase or something and they seal it with the gold, the alchemy, and then it becomes an even more beautiful piece. I can digitally do something to those pieces and make them something new, right? And anyways, what I'm saying is I have an art site. Like, I have a domain. It's just sitting there, and it's been sitting there, and I renewed it, and it's 22 Roses. And I have an Instagram that I do nothing with. And there's a whole story behind 22 Roses. Because it was 11/11 when I had this, like, idea. And it was all about childhood trauma and breaking generational curses. And my grandmother had passed away, and that's when the inheritance to this house started. Pink roses were her favorite flower. And then 22 was the number, like that was the master number. I was like going all through of this 22 initiation, and 11/11 is 22, and 22 Roses just became a thing. And then it was my art, the name of my art page. And I created the I'm Your Trigger t-shirts, and I created the Integrity is My Superpower t-shirts. And I pursued it for a couple months, and then I got into a really bad relationship. And I got into survival mode. And it was all about the kids because I fell in love with his kids. And I stayed and I ignored red flags. And then when it became life and death, I had to choose my kids, and I had to like put myself first. So now I'm back home and I'm supposed to be healing that trauma, and instead I'm like taking care of everybody else. But you know, I'm a master soul because look at me. Like fine wine. I feel good. My body feels good. I can't say the same for everyone else. I can't say that that's everyone else's reality. I can say that there have been positive shifts. Since my sister moved out, there have been huge positive shifts. Yeah, there's still a whole lot of toxic energy that needs to be alchemized, but like I see positive changes in my brother. I see positive changes in my nephew. I see my mom go up and down, and I see positive changes on the whole, though, like the whole spectrum, you know, but it's not my space. Like, I know where I want to be, my heart, my soul, like, I know, and I'm in alignment. And I have everything I need. And it brings me to the movie, you know, the movie, I think it's The Players Club, where the girl becomes a stripper, but she's selling shoes, and then she becomes a stripper. Or I don't know, she's selling shoes in the end, and then the strippers come in, and she had already been a stripper and like got her face busted and like about died, like went through it. And then in the end, the girls are like, you've got to use what you got to get what you want. And that was like the line that they used on her to like bag her and bring her into the business. You know, you got to use what you got to get what you want. And I can resonate so deeply. My first book I was writing was Therapist in a Thong, guys. I was the stripper, and then I was the stripper who was trying to prove a point. But now it's like, I'm not about trying to prove a point. Now I'm like proving to myself. It's all about integrity. It ain't about none of that. But I think about it and like I smile, because it's like, you got to use what you got to get what you want. Like, I want to go back to the beach, and I have a house full of artwork. Like, I could be sitting on a limitless potential, because art is limitless. And I'm just sitting here mad about stab wounds. Like, alchemize that reality, girl. And I say that because, like, if I'm having this moment, you know, then the collective that resonates with me, like, you got something, you got gold. You got gold and you've been sitting on it, right? What is it for you? You know, for me, it's my art. And yeah, I'm a writer, and I've been writing a book for like 20 years. But guess what? I'm writing a book now. Like, Spirit said, clean up your space, record your thoughts, and write the story. And it's not a story, it's a series, okay? It's a whole series, but I have a team now. I have a support system. And I'm in a safe enough space where I can freely talk about that and not feel like all of the haters who said, yeah, she'll never write a book. She's been writing a book for 20 years. All of those people, even the girl who stole my book title and she thought she hurt me, because she did hurt me, like, physically on the 3D, but like, you made me so much stronger, because this book is going to be so much better. And yeah, you stole Therapist in a Thong, and you made a terrible, terrible mockery of my title and my intellectual property and displayed it all over YouTube like a joke. But at the end of the day, that wasn't the timeline I was supposed to take anyways. And that was ego. That was proving a point. That was nice practice. That manuscript was wonderful practice, because it made me who I am now, and who I am now is a bestseller. Love wins, and so it is. Right? That's the magic. The magic of belief, the magic of intention, the magic of wisdom, and applying it in action, in faith. I have my mustard seed, and I know what to do with it. Like, that's it. And what I gift to you today, because I didn't even know what I was supposed to talk about on this video. I didn't. And I was just guided to record a video. So when I do, when Spirit speaks, I listen. So I guess I was talking about art, and by the time this is uploaded, my site will have a link, because the site exists. The art exists. It's the action I need to take. It's take the artwork from the phone, put it on the site, create the listing, and share the link. So now that I've spoke it, you know, I have to follow through on my next step, and it will be it will manifest, it will materialize, and the link will be down there in the description. But yeah, that's where we're starting with this. That's where we're starting with this. I was going to say something else too. I was going to say I didn't know I was going to be making... Oh, I wanted to share something, okay? So, yeah, like, life is trying to kick my ass. All the people that I have people pleased are coming at me, and they're trying to take my kid from me and discredit me, and he's happy. And I hate liars, and I hate people who say things like literally since I was pregnant with my child. I'm just going to put this out there. Since I was pregnant with my child, my ex and I have been in the understanding that I am firm in my way. He is firm in his way. He doesn't agree with my way. I don't agree with his way. But we both were in agreement that what Jacob wanted, we would allow Jacob to choose, because we both have childhood traumas, okay? And we both have been burned in the past. And I thought we were in that understanding, right? So now I'm doing this because this is the Unbreakable Trust Mudra. It will instill unshakable self-confidence in you, as well as inner strength and faith in a higher power. With this, your self-assurance will soar, enabling you to decide how your future self will live. My future self will live safe. Like, I'm ensuring this. But people I have trusted in the past, my heart shakes as I say this, people I have trusted in the past are not trustworthy people. Because now that my child's truth threatens your public image, you would rather gaslight him and further trauma and instill fear, because you can't be seen as this person, but it's this person you've become because you haven't been able to control your anger. You've become this person and you want to attack me because I've seen this person the whole time, and still people pleased because I believe in love, and I believe in healing, and I believe in the power of love. But when love hurts, it's not love. When love is quick to anger, it's not love. When love causes physical pain, it's not love. So I say go heal. I say surrender to the children. Not the ego, not the pride, not the pain. Surrender to the children. Allow the children to be in the safe spaces where the heart is healing and the confidence is building through strength in truth, strength in conviction, safety because the child knows that they are safe. Don't snatch them from that safe space from pride and ego and persecute the safety. Do you know what kind of damage that does? You should, because you're a walking representation of it. Go heal. That's what I say, go heal. But I'm going to share these mudras with you because they have been very, 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 very helpful with me on this path of coming into being strong enough to speak my truth. So, this is the Kali Mudra. It will be useful in getting rid of some unnecessary heart baggage. So if you're living with a heavy heart, let's say you're like waking up to the fact that, yeah, you've been carrying a whole lot of shit and it's time to, like, you did a lot, you hurt a lot, you don't want to hurt anymore. It gives you strength to get through a trying day, okay? So it promotes optimism in the body while unclogging channel blockages. And it's like this. Bring all your fingers together and you make like a gun, and then you wrap that around. This is the Kali Mudra. Okay? And you just, like, whatever you're doing, just sit, put your hands in your lap, and just, like, if you have to rock to move the energy, then rock. If you have to breathe, I suggest breathing, and I suggest sunlight and nature as much as possible, even if it's just opening a window. Okay, I know weather has been fucking like, and we cannot blame it on nature. Okay, weather has been crazy, but we are not going to gaslight Mother Nature. She did not. She's calling her power back. These are the residual outcomes of what we've done to her. So let's stand in accountability for the mother and stop blaming her for our problems. And if we clean up our spaces while she's cleaning up her spaces. Okay? Like one of my favorite tea readers, Chelsea, she says, stay in the light and you'll be all right. Okay? You stay in your light, you know, but let's stop blaming Mother Nature. But yeah, the weather has been crazy everywhere. So if you're in a place where you can't get sunshine, at least get wind. You know, if it's cold, fire, use the elements. Okay. So the illumination mudra, it will slow down your thoughts and make you more aware of addictive behaviors. It improves your memory, clears your mind of competing thoughts, and helps you concentrate. So it looks like this. You take this middle finger together and you fold these down and you put the thumb down. Okay, it looks like this. Okay, and you would just sit in that. And what I like to do, I like to find, like, I like to sit up perfectly straight and align, like, hold on, Bells, stack my spine. And I like to bring my shoulders back and down and then lift my chest and take slow, deep breaths here. But, like, really, like, forcefully engaging all of these muscles while I come to a still breath and activating these mudras. And as you breathe and just breathe and breathe and breathe, it will do what it needs to do for you. Okay, let me pause. All right, Bella wanted to learn, so I paused it. The next one is Enlightenment Mudra. Your nervous system will quiet down and you'll have more control over your senses. It assists you in developing inner awareness and improving your communication skills so you can impress everyone in the room. So when I need to talk to someone that I really don't want to talk to, and I don't want to be quick to anger because that is my trigger. I have a bullshit meter that is become so sensitive that if someone is in my energy and they're lying to me, I freaking go off like a ticking time bomb. Like, and it's like, I'm learning how. That's why I'm like on no contact with liars, no contact with manipulators, no contact with narcissists, no contact with abusers, no contact with people under the energy or the influence of alcoholic demons or entity attachments of any kind. Like, my non-consent is, my boundaries are tight right now, but they have to be because I'm so sensitive. Like, I will literally, like, I'm sitting all day in meditation and deep breathing and staying in the energy of my inner child, playing with my kids, having fun, petting the animals, loving on the animals, getting out in the sun, working on my creative projects, putting my energy into all of the things that bring me joy and peace, because that's my mission, and no to everything else, because I don't want to, like, lose my shit. I don't want to lose my shit because, like, I don't like that. You know, that's shadow energy. That's energy I'm transmuting. That's from, you know, putting up with too much for too long. And you get to that point where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and that's like it. No, like, I'm not people pleasing anymore, so you can stop breadcrumbing me, and now you need to go get help. Because we made a pact that it was what my son wanted, our son wanted, that his joy came first. And he is happy. He's happy, and he stated it, and you're not respecting that. And yeah, Mama Bear is in protective Mama Bear mode, so just, like, stay away and go get some help. You know, like, any professional would not agree with or would not argue with that. Any professional who actually took healing as, like, a real thing, because there's a whole lot of gaslighters on healing out there that just don't want you to heal. They want you to be sick and addicted to the pharmaceutical industry instead of healing. But us out here that really truly are healing, have seen healing, have witnessed healing, have healed, you know, we know what's up. And you can't fake it. You can't fake it. So, the Awakening Mudra. This is the one I have been doing. The Awakening Mudra. I didn't realize I'm doing it, and I came back to these screenshots that I took a very long time ago, 3 years ago. I came back to these, and this is the one I've been doing for 3 years in meditation every freaking day. It has the power to invoke enlightenment as well as a greater awareness and consciousness of the spiritual. It helps you overcome your fear, relax your body, and restore your energy. Like, helps you overcome your fear, relax your body, and restore your energy. Like, my peace has been under attack. And I just love and do for everybody else. And I make everybody else's problems go away while they just add to my problems and then turn the light on me and say, look at all her problems. No more. That reality you cannot project on me anymore. And now you're angry. All of them. They're all angry. But you know what? I have spoken the way. Jesus has spoken the way. God has spoken the way. Buddha and all the ascended masters have spoken the way. You have to go into your heart. Okay? Like, no one else can do it for you. And you have to take accountability for everything you've done and face those shadows and heal them to, you know, to have that chance for that peace. You can't steal it. You can't take someone else's peace. Okay? I have earned my peace. So as I stay in my safe space and rise and alchemize to my true, you know, highest timeline that I came here to live and exist in. Can't keep me in the box. Like this painting. I'm going to take you with me. Or just show you. Yeah, there we go. Can I zoom in? No, I can't. But anyways, she's up there. I'll circle it in the edit. She's up there in the window. I've spoke about her before on this video, on this channel. I had this download in 2020 because we were all like locked in and looking out, except not me. I was driving everywhere. I traveled so much in 2020, and then a lot of people hated that. And I'm still learning to this day, all the ones that like my freedom really, really irks them. Because I've always just believed like freedom is you know, manifest it. I've always manifested my reality, and we all can do it. Like, it's possible. I know it's possible. So now like I'm doing it again, and I know it's possible. And this time I'm so connected, because it's not just, I'm not just proving myself right this time. This time is a bigger picture. This time, like, I've answered the call. I'm working with my ancestors. My crown is so tingling right now because I'm connected, like source. I speak for, you know, the divine. Yeah, a lot of people are angry. Yeah, there's that whole life's trying to kick my ass, but I'm calm. My kids are painting every day. Bellet can cut like a master. She's cutting letters, and, you know, and Jacob's building these like crazy ass. I'm trying not to. I should get a swear jar. I promised my kids I'd stop cursing. crazy Lego, like, masterpiece worlds, like worlds within worlds. And then he tells these amazing stories. He's such a storyteller. And like, to watch these kids just be kids and like know that that's what learning is about, and that's what I stand for, and that's what like they attacked that and gaslit that, and like, oh, this is so, it's so terrible, because like the natural way is so beautiful. And like when kids are just in that space, in that safe space, allowed to create, like learning happens. It's not controlled. It doesn't need to be controlled. They only want to control it to monetize it. And that's what irks me, because he just wants to monetize it. And because I'm threatening that public image, my son has to hurt for that demonic paper trail. A legacy of abuse, masked. This public image standing on a stage, this prestigious man standing on a stage, telling a beautiful story, a beautiful lie, because it's all about the numbers. Every child is a number. But we don't talk about what goes on behind closed doors. 10 wives. No, 10 children, 5 wives. Abuse. Domestic abuse, child abuse, neglect, abandonment. All the abuse. It's all about the children, right? I call bullshit. The betrayal stops. Jacob is Jacob's ladder. 369 is in his social security code. If you know, you know this child. The abuse stops. And I'm the sword that came here to speak the truth. So, if this resonates, please like, share, and subscribe. We are the algorithms. I do have a truth to speak. It has been under attack, but the light codes is in the art, and the art will now have a site. I don't know. You have to message me for originals. I've got some attachment issues. But prints, shirts, stickers, quotes. I am bringing my t-shirts back, and I have a very, very, very special project that my children want to share. It is a collaboration of their hearts, their story, and our mission. So I'm going to share. 3 years ago, I was painting this bear. It says hug life on his chest. He has a crooked smile because the world has been hard, but he's found his heart and he's put on his crown. Okay. The logo was going to be Thugs Need Hugs. It was going to be Thugs Need Hugs, and I was working with a partner. And all things went south, and Hug Life became Thug Life, which became my life. And my mission became my reality, and hugging a thug got my ass kicked. But I do believe we're all wounded. We're all wounded inner children, that our inner child needs a hug, but it is us that needs to give that hug, because like, you have to go back to that child where that wounding happened and really, really feel into self. Like, feel the trauma in your body. Allow your hands to feel the trauma in your body and open up so the release can happen, so the healing can happen. And it's a really, 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 really difficult process for people. Like, it is. I get it, and I've gone through it, and I'm in that, like, my heart is wide open in that healed space of like, I hug baby Candace all the time. And you know what? Look at this. Look at this. This is my childhood picture. I've been doing my childhood healing. And look at her. She's telling me to keep my ears open. She's telling me, you've always heard it all. Just remember, you're not crazy. You were touched from birth. And they tried to gaslight you. They tried to gaslight you. They did. They did try. Did try. They did try, right? They did try. But now my child, Jacob's ladder, literally came here to say no. To say no. It's not okay. It's not okay. It hurts and it's not okay. So the bear, my children created a t-shirt that says hug me, don't hit me, right? And I asked them what they wanted to make the logo. So they took a heart and they colored it rainbow. And I made each kid a shirt out of a white t-shirt that they wore. And they wouldn't take it off for like 3 days. That they colored, they picked out their colors and they did the rainbow. And I wrote, hug me, don't hit me. And like writing on the shirt with the markers, like it's, you know, so I was like, we're going to make these shirts now. And I'm going to take their hearts with the bear and then the hug me, don't hit me. And that will be our family campaign to raise money for safe spaces. For safe spaces. And as my cup overflows, I am a giver. Like, as my cup overflows, I give it back. The earth, to the people, to the tribe, to the community. Plant a seed, feed a community. I have written here on my desk. Plant a seed, feed a community. But yes, as this is uploaded, my t-shirts will be created and the link will be available, and you can either purchase something from my 22 Roses gallery or donate or purchase a print to order shirt, which will be through a third-party seller. And as funds start coming in, I can do more with that. But this is like starting from scratch, been breadcrumbed, you know, been put into this box, and now like, no, I've been creating my exit strategy this whole time. My soul has laid the blueprint. Now I just need to like put it into action, right? So I love you guys. Have a blessed and beautiful reality, and love wins, and so it is.